Whether you're a lifelong keeper or just getting started, help us encourage responsible keeping, conservation, and public education in the interest of keeping our reptiles safe and healthy as we protect them for future generations. You're invited to spend time with us as we experience these awesome animals together on Intrepid Exotics. What's up, guys? We made it back again. How's everybody doing? Let me turn my banner on. Okay, USARK banner is up because I always forget to do that. I just got in a little while ago. We've been out chasing eagles again, and they've all decided to go on vacation for a while. So, oh man, you guys will have to carry me through this one. Kind of sleepy today. As you can tell, I'm in straight hobo mode. I just threw a hat on. Like I said, I just got in from sitting out in the woods for all day. A little bit ago, had enough time to come in and do a little bit of editing and all that good stuff, and made it just in time to get set up and get on here. So let's see who's up. Tara's in. Erica is with us. Good to see you guys. Sam is in. Of course, Saturday night is going to be one of the last warm Saturdays of the year, I'm guessing. So I'm sure everybody's out doing stuff. Oh, Nicole is with us. Good to see you. So yeah, I'll give a little bit of time for everybody to get in. But let's see. Okay, cool. So real exciting. I will yeah, I know. This is funny. And it's really funny too that nobody has seen me in a ball cap for years. I typically wear my my leather Outback hat, but last time I was down at the Carolina Reptile Center, or Carolina Raptor Center, which is where this is from, which is a really cool place. I seen this one and it had the eagle on it, so of course, since it just seemed appropriate since I spend so much time out in the woods hunting these guys. But so yeah, a little different. Trying to look a little bit more normal sometimes. Got to fit in to some degree. Hey, Megan is here. How you doing? Hey, yep, you're in the right place for the cool kids. This is where we all hang out. Oh, I've got to find some. I need to get an espresso machine, I guess. Because I'll tell you, it has been a crazy long week. Had a lot happen this week. Aaron, good to see you. Uh-oh. Tara got a new animal. What is it? If you want to, send me a picture of it, and I'll put it up. So, yeah. Yep. And for those of you guys that don't know, we do a Zoom call for the contributing Patreon members of the channel immediately after the live streams every Saturday. And it's a really good opportunity for folks to show off their animals and ask questions and answer questions. We've got some really cool folks in there, and it's always a really good time. So, as you can tell, it's taken me a second to get moving here. So it's been a busy week. Had actually went on a job interview this week, and it's an engineering firm that does land surveying, a lot of drone work and stuff like that. So first interview went really good. I start Tuesday morning. Going to do a working interview for a couple days. Just kind of go out with their guys and see if everything fits and matches up and all that stuff. So the day job thing may be taken care of. We'll see. Never put my eggs in one basket until it's signed on the dotted line there. But we've got that done. At least that part of it almost done. We'll see how that goes. We also have officially started the print store. So as it stands now, for those of you guys that haven't been following on Facebook or anything, I do nature and wildlife photography as well. And after much looking around and trying to find the right place to go to get it done, I started with an app called darkroom.com that so you can go on there. I've got 11 prints available on there right now. I've got a couple of them sold already. So as you guys get them, by all means, make sure you're giving me feedback and stuff on quality and all that, because I'm not in a position right now to buy up the inventory for all the prints and all the framed stuff and everything to see how that goes. So since this is a new service, I'll need everybody to kind of keep me up to speed on how this stuff's coming out. If I need to, I can change providers, change services or whatnot. But there was one that I was looking at that done some really amazing work. Only problem is that for a 20 by 30 photo print framed, it was going for $600. Now, I would love to get my photography to the level where I can sell stuff for $600, but it's not there yet. And it's one of the reasons why it took me so long to actually get that print store moving, is because I wanted to find something that was fairly reasonable, but still something that I can trust to put out a decent product. So we'll see how this one goes. I'm going to be spending a lot of time doing some more editing. I've got gigs and gigs of files, photos that I haven't edited yet, some of the older stuff. But if you guys have seen anything that I've posted on Facebook, any of my photos or stuff on there that you'd like to see added to the print shop, then just send me a screenshot of it or something. Save the image on the computer and send it to me. If I've got the raw file available and if I can get the quality up good enough, then by all means, I'll go ahead and put it up there. The only thing is it's all got to be high resolution stuff. And, a lot of the pictures that I share on Facebook are just fine for Facebook. They're fine for little thumbnails and stuff like that, but just do not have the resolution to be able to print into a piece of wall art. So not everything that you see will end up being available. So anyway, that being said, yeah, so I actually got the print store set up, sold my first print. I guess that means I'm officially a wildlife photographer now. So we can throw that on the resume. And it's been so slow the last couple of weeks. It's been killing me because, like, the thing that I've been chasing when I first started out, in the summertime, there's osprey out here. And I seen the osprey flying around. I really wanted to get pictures of one swooping down and snatching a fish out of the water. And I finally got that. And then I found out that there was a bunch of bald eagles out here not far from me. So I was like, oh, cool. So now, like, my bucket list shots are to get a really tight shot of a couple eagles fighting in the air for a fish or something like that. Just start to get some really dramatic stuff and put out some really cool prints of that stuff. But God, for the last month, I haven't seen them. Most of the summer out there at the lake, man, I'd see them like downriver, all just bouncing back and forth and all that all day long. And then I got access to a spot downriver. And then no matter where I'm at now, they're just all gone doing something else. So I've got to wait until wintertime now, till they get really, really active out there. And then wintertime should get some really good stuff. But it's enough of that. We're just really excited about that. So I know a lot of people too have been asking for calendars. I'm going to start working on a supplier for those too and get some designed. So we'll be putting out some calendars too. And I had somebody else ask me, when are you going to start taking some cold-blooded pictures? I am going to start putting out some. I've got some that I've taken with the R5 here of Niles and Monty. And the reptile pictures, it's hard to make them as dramatic as some of the birds of prey pictures and stuff like that. But I will do my best to start getting some more of those in as well. I'm going to have to set something up downstairs in a reptile room where I can have a really cool backdrop or something, and then let them run around in the play area down there. So let's see. Oh, so Tara's holding out. She's like, actually, to be honest, she got 3 new animals in the last 2 weeks. Sweet. Hey, Turtle's with us. Hey. Yeah, I was pretty happy to hear that first sale came through. It's really I mean, the community's been really supportive, really super supportive. I spent some time on the Patreon last week flipping through some of the images that I've edited, and everybody was losing their minds. It was like, dude, why aren't you selling this stuff? So we're finally doing it now. So we'll see how big we can grow that part too. It'll be fun. Caesar, how you doing, sir? Nicole was talking about she's seen a lot of venomous keepers saying that Jeff doesn't represent the venomous keeping community. I have too. Seen a lot of people talking about him. Unfortunately, just like everybody else, he does have a following that's devout. You see it in every aspect of life. Doesn't make any difference how despicable a person is. There's always going to be people that they're going to have their back, that are going to support them. So, yeah. Rachel, good to see ya. Oh, yes. Tara sent me a picture. She did. Latest. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Well, look at you. Okay. Let me see if I can share the screen real quick. I'll show everybody the picture in just a second. Panther, good to see ya. Rachel, super chat. Thank you so much. Absolutely love seeing the super chats, especially since I haven't been on here as much as I would like to be. Really been trying to nail a couple really good shots. Spending hours and hours and hours and hours and hours out posting up on some of these nesting areas, but we definitely need to start. I've got a couple videos waiting in the wing that I need to get busy on too. So Maggie said congrats on the print store. Yeah, that's she's saying nothing better than 20 by 30 or 30 by 40. I've got the I run everything off. I try and keep all of my prints the same as the formatting on the camera. So I run all my aspect ratios full, which is 3 by 2. So 20 by 30. I've got 12 by 18 and 20 by 30, the 2 different sizes. And I think that there's canvas prints too. And I think there's an additional size on that. I'm not 100%. I'm almost 100% sure. It's kind of hard for me to remember because with the first, I had one store all set up, all ready to go, and I started going through and working on the pricing. And like I said, the pricing just ended up with these guys so through the roof that, you know, this is stuff. I want to make this stuff accessible. I do not want to be, you know, maybe at some point and I get really good, upgrade my gear and do all that stuff, I'll start really putting out some really expensive stuff. But for the time being, it doesn't do any good to put anything out there. This stuff's too expensive for people to afford it. So yeah, I had to completely rework the whole store and went to a different provider and all that stuff. So, but we'll be adding some other stuff too. Definitely be adding some more stuff. It just says I need a Niles calendar. I do. I need to do. I want to do themed calendars. You know, I'd like to do one that's reptiles in general. Maybe do one that's, you know, specific species. Do one at birds of prey and waterfowl and wading birds and songbirds and all that other stuff. I've got enough stuff in here right now. The amount of pictures when I go out and take anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000 shots a day, with this computer fills up quick, especially with the 45 megapixel stuff. The computer fills up quick. Yep. Yeah, Nicole said we need a calendar soon. We're getting a calendar pretty soon. T. Harjan, how you doing? Good to see ya. Jay, howdy. He was saying he's up in Puget Sound in Washington State. Says he got the eagle's nests right across the street. There's some of the places up in the Pacific Northwest, man. People say that the eagles out there are like vultures almost here. They just drive down the road and you'll see 4, 5, 10 of them swarming the sides of the roads and stuff like that. It's almost worth moving to the Pacific Northwest just so that I can. There is something about photographing that particular animal that is just awesome. The few decent ones that I've been able to get so far. Absolutely. And eagles are such assholes too. One of them runs down, catches a fish out of the water. Another one comes up and chases him around, tries to steal it. It's really cool to watch and get some really cool pictures off of it. See, Jeff said he wasn't going to keep any more hot snakes. Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it. Yeah, see, he's already saying he's already got another one. I don't know, man. I mean, I've even heard that there's supposed to be some kind of a TV special with his jerk off. I guess the same people that did Tiger King or something were approaching him about that. And God, I hope not. I can't understand why any producer in their right mind would look at that guy and say, oh, yeah, let's put him on TV. I don't get it. So, you guys must be looking for names. No, Caesar was saying things. Owls are an awesome subject. Problem is, I have no luck finding owls. I have just about as much luck finding owls in the wild as I do finding snakes in the wild for some reason. And they're supposed to be all over the place. I get on eBird and look where there's sightings of them and stuff like that and where they're supposed to be nesting at, but they're tough to track. They're tough to find. Really quick before we get, oh yeah, that's right. I got to put this picture of Tara's gecko up here because I said I would. Where's it at? Look at that cool little guy. That's awesome. Where are we at? Here we go. And geckos are freaking adorable. Let's see. Rachel was saying, I guess Roger King is a producer on that thing with Jeff Numbnuts. Yeah, I don't know who it is, but the guy's got to be. His company needs to start drug testing. Let's put it that way. Must be referring to. He said it'd be worth it. That's one part of the country I have never been to is Pacific Northwest. Been between California and Florida, New York, PA, all that, over to Chicago, and pretty much everywhere in between except Pacific Northwest. And from what I can tell, it's gorgeous out there. I think I would be really happy out there, to be honest with you. So. Okay, we're back to the name part. So, God, what was my next thing that I was going to talk about? Oh, Louisiana. The 22nd. Let me see if I can find this on here. Because I just seen it come across my feed a minute ago. I want to put this up for you guys too. There is a ban on a lot of stuff coming down in Louisiana, and they've got a meeting about it. I want to say it's the 22nd. Yeah, there's a Louisiana reptile band group, actually. If you guys aren't familiar with it, I'll share this screen too. Let me put this over on the other monitor so it's landscape. So yeah, there is an actual group on Facebook for the Louisiana reptile band. It doesn't have a whole lot of people on it. But apparently this says there you go. For those of you guys who can't read it, Thursday, October 22nd at 10 a.m. at I guess that's Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries headquarters, 2000 Quail Drive. That is should be a public meeting. But yeah, this particular ban, as you can see, it impacts all tegus, green iguanas, Nile monitors, Savannah monitors, berms, Cuban tree frogs, African claw frogs. I'm sure there's more. It says there's more. I've seen a sample letter on that, but I have not, as of yet, read the entire thing. And I did get the link to it, so I'll definitely have to check that out. But yeah, while we're on this topic, yeah, I've got my artwork up on my Internet Explorer background too. That was my osprey. That was one of my favorite osprey shots where I caught him just with that talon, just in the water. So again, it's a cool picture, but it's just not quite. Maybe I can go into Lightroom and clean it up enough to make a print out of it. But I said, I don't want to be putting anything out for print unless it's top notch. USARK. There we go. I'm gonna go over the USARK stuff really quick for those of you guys that are hanging out that are new here. USARK.org is where you need to head if you're not already a member. They are really good about getting alert information out here. They will give you all of the information that you need to know about any bad laws that are up for discussion in all 50 states. And you can just go through here and look at everything that's pertinent and recent. But strongly encourage you guys to get on there. The memberships are not terrible at all. You go in, they start regular memberships. There's just supporting memberships for $20 a year. I think most people I know start off with the $40 a year one, and it goes all the way up. So do what you can, get involved. Really important stuff. Stop sharing. There we go. Okay, and turn that off. And put that back over there. Okay. I got 3 monitors here, so if you see me looking back and forth, I've got like the big monitor right here that I keep everything up on, and I've got 2 more on the other sides because I'm really a big nerd. Oh, let's see. Since 364 rainy days and 1 sunny day. I have heard it's got English weather out there in the Washington area. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Gator was saying it's funny how lawmakers aren't reptile keepers. You know what I think it is? I think in most cases, you don't see too many people that are really honest and genuine getting into politics. And as a general rule, if you're going to work with reptiles, especially big ones, I think you've got to have a certain level of honesty and humility, and just, and I don't know, it's hard to explain. I think you've got to be able to kind of put yourself second place to something else if you're going to work with animals, because you've really got to invest in understanding what's going on with them in order to have that really good relationship with it. And somebody that's always self-absorbed you start, if you're not capable of really paying attention to anybody else, then big snakes, big lizards, probably going to be hard for you to handle because you're just not going to be able to get it in your head. Then you really got to pay attention to something other than yourself. So that's probably what most politicians aren't friggin' reptile keepers. But anyway. She was talking about rubber snakes. It took me a second there. I was like, wait a second. Oh, yeah, okay. There's actually rubber snakes. So cool. All right. Whew. Need more coffee. All right. So you guys got to help me out here. What are we needing to talk about today? What else has been going on? I said, kind of like giant worms. I know I've seen those before too, and I can't remember where. I'm going to look them up really quick. Of course, first thing that comes up is 15 Amazon rubber snakes. So let's see. Yeah, those are on Amazon. Come on now. Where's the actual one? Ah, here we go. Wikipedia. Man, those are crazy looking. You're gonna give me. Well, that's a rubber boa. I don't know. Is that considered the same thing? Because this is the rubber boa that I just found. I'll put that up. But I don't know if that's the same one that you're talking about. Northern rubber boas. Rubber boas. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, she said that's rubber boas that she's looking at. Okay, well that's it. Yeah, some of the smaller boas like that are just crazy looking. Them and the sand boas, they're all pretty interesting. Oh, Wickens did a video on them. Oh, cool. I'll have to go check that out. Let's see. 6 months of cold. It was really funny though, because last winter we didn't even really have a winter. I don't think we had any snowfall at all where I'm at. I'm in central North Carolina. When I first moved out here, we were getting slammed with ice storms every year. Like the first 3-4 years I was out here, we had at least 2 really bad ice storms. Knocked down a ton of trees, ton of power lines, all that stuff. But yeah, last winter rather, no snow whatsoever. So she's just gonna get one because it's a lot of fun to say rubber boa. No co-host. I guess I should get a co-host out, shouldn't I? Who hasn't been out in a little while is Bob. I'm gonna have to get Bob out. Let me see what he's up to. Where you at, bud? Hey, Bob. Hey, where's your head? Hey, man. You okay? You wanna come hang out? God, I just sprayed you down, too. No. Come on. Healthy boy. There you go. Moss out of your water. I know. I just disturbed the hell out of you, didn't I? Hey. Yeah, he really didn't feel like being disturbed. He was curled up back in the back of his house. So he had to yell at me for a minute. But this is Bob, the world famous Sri Lankan. Isn't that right? Everybody learned to like you because you've been such a jerk before. Get up there. One thing that's going to be really sweet about finally getting moved, if it ever happens, is I want to have like a little studio built in the reptile room. So I want to have everything set up so that like the recording and all that stuff is done with the whole reptile room behind me, so that when we're doing this stuff, I don't have to go downstairs and grab something. I can come, I mean, just like up here, I typically will bring one of these guys out because they're right here close. But they're right. Get up here. Let's see. Come on. Come on. Okay. It's so weird being on this side of the camera since I spend so much time on the other side of it now. Oh, yeah. Oh, stop. I'll hiss back at you. I will. I hiss right back at you. You know I will. You're such a good boy. It's so cool with this guy, though, because like I said, I don't even worry about him taking a swing at me anymore. He's done so good. Oh, yeah. Sam says you can tell that he's growing. He is. All of my snakes are growing, and that's good, but holy cow. Chloe's another one over there, man. I've got to get her moved into a bigger enclosure in the next few months because she is going to be outgrowing that one pretty quick. So, let's see. Yeah, I kind of looked a little bit. He was talking about the videos of Tyler Nolan securing all of his collection before the hurricane. Yeah, and that was a big topic of conversation too. Somebody was asking in the comments of one of the videos if they think it should be legal for people to keep animals in places where hurricanes are frequented and the animals can get released in a destroyed house or something. And I mean, that's actually, I mean, our knee-jerk response, of course, is well, no, they shouldn't be banned. But I mean, I think there's some common sense considerations in here we all got to think about. You got to play devil's advocate with stuff like that. It's tough to say. I think in places like Florida, especially for things that are either could be catastrophically invasive or extremely dangerous, certain hots and stuff like that. I mean, there should definitely be requirements for having a reinforced structure that they're in, because the hurricanes are telling you, I'm coming right here. Yeah, that's just why I would never live in that area. So, ain't that right? Who would never live in Florida? Because they don't like snakes down there. So, and all your cousins I got downstairs wouldn't be able to go with us. So, yeah. Got really lucky. Here in central North Carolina, it does pretty good because, I mean, we've had ice storms and tornadoes here. Outside of that, the hurricanes don't really mess with us. We don't really get any flooding here to speak of. And the snow's not too bad. So, are you okay? He's just sitting here staring at me now. So I don't know whether he's really entertained by watching me speak or if he's getting ready to bite me in the nose. And I really don't want to do the rest of this video freaking toilet paper stuck to snake holes in my nose. So, what are you doing? I think that's just the way he ended up falling. So, and go that way so everybody can see you. He just whipped me in the friggin' face with his tail, goofball. Yeah, I think I didn't think about that, but that would be a pretty cool. Maybe do a summary of the series on Bob, where I can take kind of clips out of each episode through the series, showing really quick snippets of his behavior and things, and bringing him up to the point where we're at right now. So, a good one. Oh man, I hate to hear this. That's so sad. Caesar had an African rock for 20 years. Passed away October 7th. Man, that's such a bummer. There is nothing worse than losing an animal. That is for sure. Especially something that's been with you for that long. It's crazy. Hey, Bosa, good to see you, my friend. Love the logo. It's awesome. I was saying you shouldn't laugh at getting tapped on a live stream. It's kind of funny. It is. It's hilarious. The last 2 times I've been bitten, the last 3 times I've been bitten by anything, it was recorded. The last 2 snake bites were actually on a live stream. So one of them was this guy decided he was going to bite me in the side of the face one night on a live stream. And it was 2 or 3 weeks ago on a Zoom call. I went in to get Lilith out of there, and she had a hot food response. And I went in too quick, and she ended up tagging me on the hand. And of course, I know you guys probably seen the bite video with Niles. That was kind of funny. I was just having my phone out, and I was just recording the interaction like I do so often. And back up there. And yeah, he got a hold of my wrist and hung on for a good minute. So those are always fun. Yeah. Yeah, I don't keep any venomous here. I have no intentions of keeping any venomous stuff here. And none of my stuff here I've got to worry about. Even like my biggest snake right now, 17, probably pushing 18 feet pretty soon. Reticulated python, and then Niles, 6-foot Nile monitor. So those are the biggest ones I've got, and I can manage a bite off any of them. I don't have to worry about them putting me in the hospital. So, you just gonna hang out on my hand, or do you wanna go somewhere else? Because I'm gonna get really tired of just having you wrapped around my hand here for a second. You're such a good damn boy now. I know. Come on. Hang out up here. Hang out up here like a normal snake. There. Yes, I do have 2 hognose downstairs, and they are technically venomous. But I'm not worried about those either. So, one, because the little one, I don't think he's really big enough to get his mouth around anything to chew on. And the female, she strikes at me all the time, but it's never an open mouth strike. She just pokes me with her nose. It was really funny. I went in on a milk snake the other day too, opened up, and he was just like periscoping up towards the door. So I was like, what the hell? I'll try and see if I can open up the door and get him to come out. And put my hand down there, and he punched me with his head too. He didn't try and bite me, but it was pretty comical. I need to get Olive, my little hognose snake, out here at some point. Is that right? Yeah, I've never actually taken a tooth bite from a hognose before. Like I said, it's all been them poking me with their nose. I should have brought more coffee in. What are you doing? Chloe's back there raising hell. I've got to take her out a couple times a day because she has started pushing so much more. Yeah, I've got the moss on the bottom of her enclosure right there. And she wants to come out so much that I'll turn around and see her nose just right in the corners of the doors all the time. So she's starting to get a little bit puffy. Are you going to sit still? Let's see. See. Kai says he's taking a redback spider envenomation. Oh no, I've probably taken a bunch of spider envenomations and just didn't know it. As much time as I've spent out in the woods in my life. Why are you insisting on staying wrapped around my arm? Find a place to land, man. You guys are always trying to get into stuff. Yeah. He was saying it. Bites on a live stream means you're not paying enough attention to me. It was something like that because he was sitting right on. Let me move this out of the way. He was sitting right on my shoulder, right here, kind of looking at me right where my thumb's at. And when I looked over at him, I could tell he looked like he was getting ready to strike. And I just looked at him and I was like, "Don't you bite me." And as soon as I got my eyes back on the camera, he plugged me. So you thought that was all funny, didn't you? All funny, haha. Look at me, look what I did. And we caught it on camera. Good boy. I'll get him put back in a second and go get Athena out because she was riding the glass a lot. Let's see. What are you doing? Let me go swap him out. I'll pull Athena out of there. She's giving me stink eye. I go home. Oh, he has gotten a lot bigger. I'm glad he's getting nicer as he gets bigger too. Can you guys see her? I hear you. I hear you banging on the door. Come on. Are you coming? Are you coming out or what? You coming out? You are coming out. No, you know you're not. Come on, girl. Get your butt out of there. There you go. Get your butt out of the hide. This girl's getting big too. Have to put up her baby pictures at some point. Seems like every week I look at her, she's a little bit bigger. Pretty sure she's going to start going through this big snake growth spurt now. Aren't you? I remember when you were about the size of a pencil. Yeah, this is our Burmese. It's our normal Burmese female that I had to have because I just love that normal Burmese pattern. And this camera wants to keep looking at me instead of the snake. And keep her up in front of my face. This is going to be a big, beautiful girl. She's already a little beautiful girl, but she's going to be absolute stunner. When she gets big, hopefully she gets up to at least a good 16 feet. You think, are you going to make it that big? I didn't think she was going to live at all. Could not get her to eat at all when I first got her. No. I was starting to worry. Then all of a sudden she came around and snapped out of it. Let's see. Hey, Timothy, how you doing? Good to see you. We had this one. Like I said, I just got in a little while before 7. And Ruth is on a new schedule now, so she's working till like 5, 6 o'clock on Saturdays. It was Sunday and Monday off. So we just had a little while, and I was like, I'm not going to survive this live stream tonight. But we seem to make it through every single week. We always come up with something to talk about. I'm going to show you guys too, since a couple people have mentioned it. Yeah. And Kai was talking about how good looking she is. She's a good looking girl. She's going to be an absolute stunner when she gets really big. And this snake has got the sweetest demeanor too. And she's never in her life taken a swing at me. I mean, it was kind of unfortunate when I first got her because she wouldn't open her mouth for any reason. She wouldn't strike. She wouldn't eat. I never even seen her drinking water. But yeah, she's one of the few snakes I've got that's never taken a swing at me, mistaken or otherwise. Monty's taken a mistake. As a matter of fact, Monty missed a rat one time and stuck her face onto my chest. I got a picture laying around here somewhere where I got a little circle of snake teeth on my chest from where she missed. And of course, Tigger, when I first got him, he wanted to kill me. And ball pythons have all lost their minds and taken a swing, and a jungle carpet has. Matter of fact, Charlie, I don't think Charlie's ever taken a swing at me either. So he's another one. Charlie's my boa imperator. I don't think he's ever taken a swing at me. So Timothy's talking about the photography. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Let's see. What happened here? Looks like something. Okay, cool. Thought maybe my internet went out for a second. I was like, oh, wait, this is bad timing on this. But I'm going to show you guys real quick just so you can see it. Because I know I'm pretty sure I probably don't have any, not everybody on Facebook here. So I'm going to find the link. Where's that? And you get over here. I guess I'll go ahead and put the link in here and pin it as soon as I find it. There. Girl, if you spill stuff all over my keyboard, we're going to have a problem. Let's see. Okay, there's that. And pin. All right. So the comment that I just pinned up there, that's for the print gallery. So you guys can see that. I'll go ahead and pull it up. I've got it up on here. Let me share this screen. I'll show you guys what it looks like. So, and like I said, I'm going to be adding and subtracting from this thing. I don't want to have hundreds of different photos on here at any given time. But for right now, this is the only collection on there for the nature and wildlife photography. And these are the current prints that are available. So this one right here seems to be pretty popular one. Now I just took that one last week, I think it was. And a lot of people were asking for prints of that one. So I put that one up there. And unfortunately, I've only got the one bald eagle picture up there. And I'm going to be adding, at some point, I'd like to have a whole collection full of nothing but really cool shots of these guys. I've got to go through some of the ones that I've got right now. And I've got a couple of some eagles fighting in the air. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to get those clean enough for print. But so yeah, got some vultures, some egrets. This is probably one of my favorite shots right here. Everything just landed perfectly. I got a whole sequence of those guys. I've still got some other raw files that I can maybe switch up and do a couple different versions of that one. But that one was pretty popular. And of course, I've got more stuff like this coming too. I've got a lot of wood ducks and some mandarin duck photos that I'll be bringing in. And of course, I've got some other pictures of, like I said, a couple of the snakes and Niles that I'll be bringing in too. So anyway, that is the link for that is up there if you're interested in any prints on that. And like I said, we'll be adding more stuff as well. So. Yeah, we do. And I know Erica was saying we need pictures of Charlie. Actually, I've got a picture of Charlie that I'm thinking about putting in. So I'm going to spend some time tomorrow doing some more editing. I wanted to go through my reptile pictures tomorrow and see what I can find that'll be print worthy. And we'll get some pictures of those guys out too. So, and I need to get some updated pictures of Athena here and Charlie and Bob, because they've both gotten a little bit bigger since the last time I've really taken pictures of them. Yeah, I do. I need to get a picture of Bob where he's just chilling out and get a really cool background on him and just get a really good shot of that face. Because he's just got that amazing Sri Lankan head that I just love. Yeah, the wood ducks are cool. The mandarin ducks too. A couple of the shots of those guys really kind of took me by surprise. Rachel says that the Athena is not helping her berm fever. The only thing that's going to fix your berm fever is more cowbell. I mean, a berm. You got to get one. See, look at that face. Look at that face. See how sweet she is? And she's just a little bit more chill than a retic. That's probably the biggest difference I see between handling my berms and my retics. Is like, for instance, when I take my retics outside, they hit the ground and they take off. It is really funny sometimes when I get Tigger out there. If you can picture a snake doing a cartoon run, he'll do that sometimes, and he just gets down on the ground and just scoots. My male berm, Apollo, I take him outside, and he just sticks his head up in the air, kind of pokes around a little bit. He's not he's not in a big hurry to go anywhere. I can actually take my berm when I clean his enclosure and just set him out on the floor. And he's just so well behaved that he'll just really slowly start cruising the floor. He doesn't go under anything, doesn't try and get into anything. If I take my retics out and I set them on the floor, 5 minutes later, they'd be up in the ceiling, and I got to rip the ceiling out to get them out. So, yeah. Actually, I had to do that a few months ago. My Jay, my male retic downstairs, decided he was going to get out of his enclosure and wound up in the ceiling, and I had to go in, and I had a snake hook, and I was like feeling the ceiling coating and shit to see if I could feel where he was at. I finally did and got him down. But he was such a brat. But that's why you need to make sure that your reptile rooms are escape proof, not just enclosures, because we're all human. We all make mistakes. I think anybody that's been keeping snakes for any length of time has walked into a reptile room at one time and seen an empty enclosure with the door open and saying, uh-oh. So you always make sure you keep, you have lockable doors wherever your reptile room's at. Check everything, make sure there's no holes in the walls, stuff where they can get out. Because if they get out of the enclosure, you at least want to know that, okay, they're in this finite space somewhere. I'm not going to lose them. So, hey, you guys picked up on the more cowbell thing? It's one of my favorite skits ever. I'm a big Christopher Walken fan. Oh, what size enclosure for a 12 to 14 foot berm? And you can do an 8x3 with them. 8x3x2 would be fine. It would be perfectly fine for them. Of course, people are always going to say the bigger the better, but the fact of the matter is, with a lot of the big snakes, I mean, it's just like you'll go to some of the zoos and you'll see these huge habitats they've got for their snakes, and you never see them move. You see them sitting in a little ball in a little corner under a little edge the whole time. So it doesn't mean to make the enclosure too small for them, but you don't always have to go completely berserk on enclosure sizes. Because most of the time the animals are going to be curled up, either basking or soaking or curled up on their cool side. You just got to make sure you take them out, interact with them a good deal. Let them get out, move around enough, and but yeah, 8-foot enclosure should be cool for one that size. So no, you don't need just an 8-foot long enclosure should be cool. Like the enclosure that I've got Niles in, that big enclosure with the bathtub and a basking platform and all that stuff. It's 8 foot wide, 8 foot deep, and 6 foot tall. So, but I mean, you can do a regular, regular PVC snake enclosure for them, for that. Oh my God. Cole says she's seen a comic book snake running on emu legs. That's funny. And Kyle was asking, he loves the pattern. Yeah, this is natural Burmese pattern. Yep. No crazy genetics. She's a normal berm. So when you see them in the wild, this is what you'll see. So, Octopus with no friends is here. Good to see you, man. Yeah, scrubs will definitely keep you busy. Scrubs are a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, people say a lot of things. Yeah, you'll hear people that are maximalists and minimalists and things like that. It's not a debate that I really engage in very often. So, I mean, yeah, you want to give your snakes enough room to where they can move around and they don't get impacted and things like that. But on the other side of the coin, you really got to be realistic. And if you're a person that interacts with your animals a lot and you've got spaces for them to get out, they're regularly out of their enclosure and stuff. And a lot of snakes, especially the bigger ones, I mean, they spend a lot of time relaxing and doing a whole lot of nothing. So, let's see, enclosures. There's an interesting question. How about school kids and Tigger? Well, I was feeding them school kids, but we ran out. They quit coming around. So, no, I'm guessing that you're talking about would I trust him with school kids? No. And the only reason why I say that is because I had to think about it. If I've got to think about it, then the answer is no. When it comes to school kids and stuff like that. Do I trust him in general? Yeah. He's a good snake. He can be reactive, but ever since I first got him, when he was like 12 feet long, he tried to take a couple swings at me. Granted, he did have a really hot food response a few months ago now. And he came after me when I opened up the door. But I mean, outside of food responses, once I get him out and he starts to moving around, he's good. But he is a 16-foot male, and he's just reactive enough to where I really wouldn't want anybody handling him that isn't experienced. So Monty, I've had her out to events, and she's had kids all over, and she's had 7 people holding her up and stuff like that, and she's perfectly fine. I've got a picture somewhere. A lot of you guys may have seen it, where she was actually, we was upstairs in the museum, and Monty was stretched out, and then she was periscoped up about 3 or 4 feet, just staring out the window forever, just looking out the window, watching the traffic. No interest whatsoever in what was going on. She's a good kid. Oh, let's see. Gerald made it in. Good to see you, sir. Man. Wow. Erica must remember the picture I was talking about. I'll talk and see if I can find it real quick. I know I've got, oh, wait, you know what? I've got a folder for events in here somewhere. See if I can find that picture. I'm sure you guys will appreciate it. Where's it at? Video editing. That is one thing that you will find when you start doing YouTube videos and photography at the same time. You completely, I don't care how well you think you organize things. It's not always easy to find stuff. Let's see. Because at the time that you make your little filing system, it all makes sense. It's like, oh, okay, I can do this, and then I can make this subfolder, and I can make this subfolder, and by the time it's all said and done, you're looking through, trying to find which subfolder your folder's in, and it's a pain in the butt. Let's see. Man, an itch in my throat tonight. Should be in here somewhere. Hope I don't have any missing folders. Where is it at? Stack video. That's not it. Come on, you. Get over here. This is being difficult now. Go here. Aha! There we go. I knew I'd find it sooner or later. Next. Yes, I've got an events folder here somewhere specifically. I'm trying not to spend too much time just browsing through my pictures trying to find this, but I would kind of like to find it because it is such a cool picture. I know you're in here somewhere. And this merge picture. Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know why I missed that. There we go. And where's her picture at? No, it's got to be here somewhere. Okay, so it's not in my event folder, so I'm going to have to look someplace else for it. But I will show you this one since I got it up. Where's it at? Ah, here we go. Knew I'd find something here in a second. Here's the here's one of Monty. That was all the staff at the museum getting a hold of her. She absolutely loved that stuff. I'll have to see if I can find it. Maybe I'll bring it up on the next live stream or something. I know it's in there somewhere, but I have got so many damn pictures. It would take me the rest of the live stream to find it, I'm sure. You can maybe, yeah, ain't no sense in me even trying to find it on Facebook either because all of my bird pictures are taken over. So, yeah. Oh, Jamie's asking what size enclosure should you have for an Amazon tree boa? Trying to think what dimensions. I mean, the one that I've got back here for my little green tree python is a 2-foot cube. He could probably go a little bit more than that. You know, maybe a 2x2x4, something like that. But I think if I was to, and of course, you know, Amazon tree boas get a little bit bigger than the Argo green tree pythons too, so you'd want to give them a little bit more room. So, AJ said no poop videos yet. Yeah, my snakes are past that. I haven't had an animal release their bowels on me in forever. I can't even tell you when the last. Well, I mean, I can't tell you when the last time was. Last time is when Dingbat here was, or no, not this one. When Bob the Dingbat was still in Dingbat mode, he would musk on me. But yeah, I haven't had any of my snakes do that since then. And he just did that because he was stressed. Now that he's chilled out, he hasn't done that. I guess somebody was asking. Yeah, well, it was this was at the Children's Museum, not too far from here. We had several people out, And we was going to do another one this year, but had a couple key folks bail at the last minute. So I've pretty much got to start that thing from scratch. I need to make sure that when I do those things, are completely self-sufficient, so that I'm in complete control of what's going to be there and when, and I don't have to worry about anybody bailing. I really don't like setting something up and then having to turn around and change everything or cancel. So, because we do have a lot of fun with those things. Eric was asking, anything new with USARK? Yeah, went over the USARK stuff a little bit earlier. Big thing right now is a Louisiana reptile ban. There is an in-person meeting there. They've got the address. I put that up a little bit earlier. And I think they're also taking mail with that as well. So definitely get onto USARK.org and look up the Louisiana reptile ban information. So outside of that, I haven't heard anything else really groundbreaking, but it's coming. As soon as this election's over with and we get ready to start a new year, we're going to start all new damn legislation too. So this is a really good time to make sure that we're getting amped up and getting everybody on board with USARK, because I am quite certain beginning of this year, we had those big 5 issues that we ended up, having to get involved in. We ended up getting them squashed, but we don't have the participation, they're not always going to get squashed. So this is a good time to be building up and getting ready, because the next round is going to come, no doubt. And then I'll end up spending half the live stream talking about all the bands that we're fighting and stuff like that. I talk about photos of the kids. Yeah, I should start doing something like that. There's just so many things that I need to start integrating all this photography with, as far as the reptiles are concerned. So it really is one of those things where it's just so many different things to focus on, and they all kind of tie together. So it's a lot to get organized and come up with a reasonable plan of attack for. So yeah, she is on a mission. She finally decided to calm down a little bit. So rescue. And Nicole was talking about having had reached out to a few people. They wanted people with a bit more experience handling. Where are you? Where are you at, Nicole? Where are you at, and where are you moving to? Because I may know people in that area or something. Maybe we can get you hooked up. So if you don't want to put it down in the chat, go ahead and send it to me on Facebook and Messenger or something like that. Let's see what we can do. Hey, Christina made it. Good to see ya. Yep, I'm in the same boat too. She's talking about being busy all day. I was as well. I jumped on here tonight and I was like, okay, I got to make sure I pull this off tonight, because it's nap time. I've been sitting out in the woods all day long today. So, but yeah, Christina, in case I know you hadn't heard because you haven't been here. You might have caught it on Facebook, but we got the photography print shop opened up now currently. I'll tell you about that stuff when we get on the Patreon call a little bit later. But yeah, the print shop's opened up, sold our first print. So good stuff. And talking, there's that. Okay. You live in Minneapolis and moving to Austin, Minnesota. I'm trying to think of who I know up there. Isn't Austin, Minnesota? I thought Snake Discovery was in Minnesota. Or is that Wisconsin? I don't know. I get those two snakes missed. They're two states missing. Cannot even talk tonight. Get those two states mixed up all the time. Come on, girl. Are you gonna chill at some point? For real? Just chill. Just chill. I'm serious. Just a little bit. Just a itty bitty bit. Get over here. There. Oh, let's see. Very close to me. Yeah, Dave might be tough because he's one of those guys. His calendar has him traveling the friggin' world all the time. He is never around. Really? She is really intent. Okay. I'm going to have to put her back or I'm not going to. Good God. She's feeling herself tonight, yeah. Get death grip. You want me to wrap you around the arm? Oh, crazy. Come on, you little flopper. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you being crazy? I got to get her back in her house or else I'm not going to be able to do anything except mess with her. No, you can't go outside. It's wintertime. Somebody just does not want to go home. No, don't lick the electrical outlet. I thought you were smarter than that. Okay. Okay, I'm back with no snake. Oh, man. I was saying, sounds like you. Yeah, we got a couple good spots. So, as you can tell, the backs of my hands all torn up from all the briars and stuff. Going through there with a machete, cutting out places next to the river to sit down and catch these guys near their nesting areas. Yes, and Christina is awesome about this. She is good at dropping the links. Yeah, it's got USARK and it's got the YouTube channel there for. I'd like to see USARK putting more YouTube videos out. They really need to be working on that a little bit harder. See, and if you hadn't seen it, she's got the link up there for USARK.org and USARK Florida as well. And yes, Athena did want my undivided attention. She is such a brat. So. Let's see. What did I miss? I feel like I missed something here that I was going to talk about earlier. Maybe I didn't. We've done a pretty good job of keeping up with the comments though tonight. So there's that. Yes. And we are coming up on the elections. We've got to point that out. Got to get out there and vote. And remember, the heart of a democracy is an educated electorate. So do your best. If you're going to hold a position on something, study it, learn it, get your facts straight, understand what you're talking about and voting on instead of just blindly voting on stuff. And make sure that the people that you're getting your information from are telling you the truth. Verify it. Democracies die in an uneducated electorate. If you're not educated, then you're manipulated. Those are the only two options. So that's my soapbox on that for my 30 seconds. But let's see what else we got here. I think I'm all caught up. And I think we've just about made it to 8:30 here. So we're going to, at this point, I think, wrap up. And we have got, for those of you guys that don't know, we've got the Patreon. For all the contributing Patreon members, we do a Patreon meetup after every live stream. And that starts typically about 10 minutes after we end here. So I get up, walk around, get coffee, all that stuff, take a break. And then we start up in there. Yeah, if you guys are interested in that, the Patreon link is in the description of all the videos. I'll put it up here really quick too, just so that I got it. Okay, yeah, that's my back office stuff. But yeah, the Patreon link, I've got that on the channel, on the YouTube channel, and the video descriptions, all that other stuff. So by all means, jump in there. We've got a great community, and we are getting ready to jump onto that call here in just a second. So until next week, let's see. Nicole, let's see, almost missed a question. Have I done a video about moving? I haven't done one specifically about moving yet, but it's probably a pretty good topic. I guess I'll probably add something like that to the list because I'm sure there's a lot of people that could use some hints. So cool. I've had to move with my snakes. I've had to move with aquariums full of, God, what's the max? I think I moved 7 or 8 aquariums. My last move into my last house. That was painful. I do not recommend it. But all right, guys. Yep. So we'll see you guys next Saturday for next Saturday's live stream. I'm going to do my best to get some kind of content out this week. I'm not sure what the topic's going to be yet. I got to kind of look through and see which one. But yeah, for all the Patreon folks, we'll see you on a Zoom call. For everybody else, we will see you next Saturday. Have a great rest of the weekend. And don't forget, get out and vote. So we'll see you guys next week.